Hey, you got some beefs.
Hit 'em up!
Move on!
Move 'em out!
We want to know what's bothering you in the world of sports. Give Murph a call at 312-644-6767. That's 312-644-6767. And tell him what's beefing you in the world of sports. What's Your Beef is brought to you by Brown's Chicken Sandwiches and Catering.
Ah, Browns, you know it tastes better. Ah, it's Murph. It's What's Your Beef. It's Browns, 50 locations, lunchtime beefs, lunchtime Browns, Italian beef, Italian sausage. You know what you do with them. Put it together. Call it a combo. Frank Portillo's favorite president over at Browns. And I'll tell you in a few minutes about that great $99 graduation party special from Browns. Hey, you got the big graduation party. It's going to be at your house, your backyard. Hey, do it right. No cooking, no mess. Browns, the $99 graduation party special. I'll tell you about it. Let's get to the phone lines. Oh, the phone lines are jammed. I know it. Everybody's beefing today. Both teams in first place. And still, beefs are us. And beefs are Browns. Let's go to Kevin is downtown. Hello, Kevin.
How you doing, Murph?
Good, Kevin. You're getting us rolling. You're number one here. What's your beef?
My beef is the rumors about Orlando Cabrera calling up the press box in the middle of the game for errors charged to him.
Right.
I feel that this is kind of selfish because he's worried about his own numbers. Obviously, he's going to be gone after this year because he's only got 1 year on his contract. And I just think it leaves a bad taste in, the whole team's mouth when he's just worrying about his stats and not the team.
Well, you know, Kevin, you raised a lot of good issues right there. I appreciate it, buddy. Kevin's over there at work. It's not a rumor, evidently. I mean, Joe Cowley states it as fact that Cabrera, Sox shortstop, has called up to a press box a couple times. And here's what I find interesting. It's it's common to hear over the course of a year of a hitter, like Moises Alou used to do it. A batter calling up after he's been hit the ball and they give it air on the short. Say, hey, I want a hit. Calls the press box, says, hey, are you the guy? Yeah, I'm the guy. Says, come on, that was a hit. Now you see, is that worse or the same or different from the shortstop of the White Sox when he is credited with an error, E6 at shortstop, calling up and saying, hey, rule that a hit, man. That wasn't an error. I believe it is different, and here's why. When the hitter, Alou, whoever, does this, it doesn't affect the other 24 players' statistics. But when the shortstop, this time Cabrera, the White Sox, wants an error change to a hit, it does do something to the other player. It affects his pitcher. It puts an extra hit on the pitcher's stat, and for whip, walks and hits per innings pitched, there's a big stat. And let's say there were men on base that scored. Those are now earned runs instead of unearned runs. So Ozzie Guillen says today on page 66 of the Sun-Times, the very last item Joe Cowley wrote, Ozzie says, quote, Cabrera better be careful about what his teammates are going to think about calling the press box because those other 11, 12 pitchers, he is potentially hurting their stats. But as our caller just said, the main thing is worry about winning the game. Don't worry about your own stats. Let's go next. What's your beef, my friends at Brownson? Let's go to Effingham, Illinois. Hello, Pat.
Hey, Murph.
Pat.
I got a beef with Channel 9, Murph.
Hold on. You're all the way down in Effingham, and you're pulling in good old Channel 9. What's your beef?
My beef is, I've been watching the game the last couple of days, and they're running a promo for Sox and Cubs, and they still have your guy, Jockstrap, in a Cub uniform.
Well, you know what? I didn't notice that, but in the background they have a clip, you mean, from a year ago.
Yeah.
Well, come on, good old Channel 9. Update the promo. Spend a few bucks. Get a new clip. Get Fukadome running around. Get Swisher running around. Let's update that thing, right?
Exactly.
Pat from Effingham. Hey, I like your angle, buddy. Thanks a lot, Pat. I appreciate it very much. Oh, man. Look at how the phone lines are jamming. Everyone's probably jamming over to Brown's right now for lunch. You know all about the great Brown's lunches. But let me tell you real quick, because everyone's going to have a graduation party. Either your own son, your own daughter, maybe the neighbors, maybe a relative. But graduation party, your way, Brown's way. Here's the deal. $99 Brown's graduation party special. You won't believe it. For just $99, here's what you do, though. Find your local Browns. Go to brownschicken.com. They'll offer convenient pickup. Any of the stores, they'll deliver it also, advance reservations. Here's what you get for just $99. The humongous tray of the crispy, golden, delicious Brown's chicken. It tastes better. You know that. The Brown's, the great Italian beef, the great Italian sausage. You get the fresh bread, that French bread, the rolls. You build your own sandwiches in the backyard there. Put them together like Frank Portillo. Call it a combo. If you have a big crowd, order 2 of them. Wait, there's more. All for the $99 graduation party special. A generous pan of the Brown Zesty Mustacholi. Oh, I'm getting hungry right now. All the fixins. BrownsChicken.com. No cooking, no mess, no dishes. Big party, graduation. Hey, invite Murph over. It sounds great. Back in a flash. Second round of phone calls. What's your beef? And Sox and Cubs talk till 2 o'clock on the Score Sports Radio 670. Maybe you went there over the weekend. Best place to get a great used car? You know where to go. Jack Phelan, huge used car blowout. Jack Phelan, hundreds of cars / thousands of dollars. You gotta see Jack.com right now to get a great used car.
Everyone apparently in the industry knew that the broadcasters, Harry Carey and Milo Hamilton, had a major beef with each other.
I don't know, maybe it's going to be Bob Brenly and Lou Piniella we have to worry about. Got an email here. Welcome back. Murph, what's your beef? My friends at Brown's, it tastes better. This is from Larry J. LJ. Hey, Murph, Bob Brenly not long for the Cubs job, I'll bet. After calling Soriano a terrible outfielder, Jim Hendry must be fuming. I don't think so. That's an independent contractor up there. Bob Brenly, no one tells him what to say. Though I'll tell you what, sounds like it's getting a little interesting over there at good old Wrigley Field. Let's get back to the phone line, see what the fans are beefing about. We'll go to Lonesome George in Skokie next. Hello, George.
Hey, Mike.
Hey, what's your beef, George?
Oh, man, do I got a beef? I think I might go into the disabled list. I don't know. I got a beef.
Uh-huh.
All this wonderful sports fans having coronaries and heart attacks and headaches and stomach cramps when their favorite left fielder has a little trouble in the outfield. I'm not going to mention any names.
Uh-huh.
I think they got a problem, Mike.
Well, here's the thing. You know what? Let him hit. As long as he's hitting. So here's the problem. As long as he's hitting, no one cares about a bum wheel, that he doesn't run the bases well, that he doesn't play a defense properly, although he does have the nice arm. As long as he's smacking 5 homers a week, nobody really cares about the deficiencies. It's when he goes into the hitting tank that everything goes haywire, right, George?
Yeah, I want to know why he wasn't given an error on that. But, you know, the official score could have been a tool for the week, but that's another story.
Oh, I love that you're combining segments. Thank you, George. I appreciate it, buddy. What's your beef? Brown's. Lunchtime at Brown's right now, pulling an Italian beef, an Italian sausage. My favorite. Oh, lunchtime at Brown's. Maxwell Street Polish. Superfan Dan loves the meatball sandwich. Bloop. Another one with the marinara. Just fell on his tie. Let's go back to the phone.
Murph?
Jay Zawoski, I'm very busy. What is it?
What's your beef?
Oh, I thought you'd never ask. Ketchup.
Ketchup?
I'm going as quick as I can. I'm trying to catch up on. Oh, ketchup? Mustard?
Mustard.
Ketchup. Let's go to ketchup. Yeah, I'll tell you about it in a few minutes. Let's go next to Richard from Hyde Park. Hello, Richard.
Hey, Murph, how you doing?
Good, man. What's your beef?
My beef, I know it's going to sound kind of petty, but it's with the whoever coaches the infielders. I believe that the Cubs give up more infield hits than any other team in the league.
The
infield, a lot of those infield hits could have been out.
Well, that would be Alan. That'd be Alan Trammell, the Hall of Famer, stands next there at Toulouse. And for the White Sox, you got Joey Cora working with the infield. Do you believe, is what you're saying, Richard, that the coaches can help defend or prevent against infield hits by working more with the infielder? How would they work more with the infielders to do that, Richard?
Well, they can chew on the pitcher. Dempster yesterday deserved a shutout. Okay, that run that they gave up in the fifth inning were on 3 soft hits, and 2 of those hits could have been out if the infielders could have just played the shortstop and the second baseman. The coach should have cued on Dempster and said, he's on the mark, he's pitching strikes, he's hitting his spots, and all the hits the Dodgers are giving up are soft.
Be ready. Sneak up a little bit. Be creeping in a little bit. They're just little infield tappers.
Philadelphia pitcher. He was playing. He deserved a shutout yesterday. Dempster did, and I'm glad we won. And I know my complaint is kind of petty, but
no, you know what, Richard? I don't know if Alan Trammell or Joey Cora would agree with that, but you know what? I like your spunk. I like your angle. You're gonna go visit my friends at Browns. Hang on, okay, Richard?
Thank you.
All right, buddy. Hook up my friend Richard. Send him over to Browns. It tastes better. I wonder, maybe Richard has that big graduation party coming. Oh, man. Who doesn't have a grade school or a high school graduate in your family, a college graduate in your family, neighbors, family, relatives, son, your daughter? Listen, do it right this year. Don't have your wife do all the cooking. Here's what you do. Brown's $99 graduation party special. It's the greatest. It's easy. No mess. No cooking. $99. You get the 20 pieces of Brown's chicken. You get the zesty big pan of mustacholi, 2.5 pounds of Italian beef, the 16 pieces of Italian sausage. I'm getting hungry. You get 3 dozen, count them, of the 3-inch French bread rolls of peppers and jardinera. But here's the great thing. Brown's does the cooking. All you got to do, go to brownschicken.com, find the nearest Brown's location, and they have convenient pickup from many of the stores. Delivery also advanced. Reservations are needed. Brown's $99 graduation party special. Man, I wish we had someone in the Murph family graduating. Maybe I'll just call over and pick up one anyway. Let's go to Jamal's on the north side. Hey, Jamal.
Hey, how's it going, Murph?
Hey, good, Jamal. What's your beef?
Hey, my beef is with athletes that make an absurd amount of $136 million over maybe a 6 or 8 years time span.
Yeah.
Who refuse to go down in the order, you know, and drop routine pop-up.
Now, who might you be? Now, Jamal's very clever, see, because he knows Tool of the Week's coming up Friday, and he sort of disguised it as a what's your beef? A guy making
a combo beef.
It's a combo. Hey, I like it.
Because, you know,
hang on, Jamal. I like that. Go visit my friends at Browns. It tastes better. You know, if a guy's $136 million in 6-7 years, but he never said the guy's name. That would be Tool of the Week. Jamal, have fun over at Browns. It tastes better. Rob from Rockford's on the score. Hello, Rob.
Hey, Murph. My beef is the tie never goes to the runner.
Now, what? You mean the old rule of thumb, if the foot and the ball both arrive, boom, boom, at the same time at first base, the ump is supposed to go safe because a tie goes to the runner.
Exactly. I'm thinking maybe they should put a blind umpire over there.
Thank you very much.
No, that's not funny.
Well, it's not funny, but someday, if these umps don't get it together, there won't just be replays of home runs. They'll just fire all 4 umps and have a camera do it all over at first base. Bang, bang. Let's go to, I've never seen the umpiring worse, ever. First time in my life that I've actually switched and advocated that, you know what, you do need, and it's hard for me to say this, you know, please don't get mad at me. I think it's time to check in to the home run replay review. Because, you know what, the umps can't do the job. If the umps are too fat, if they're too lazy to run out there, if they're incompetent, Joe West couldn't see the ball, he admitted the next day, and hey, you know, if they can't do the job, then you got to get a camera out there. That's all there is to it. I hope it never happens, but the umpiring forces it. Let's go to Carfo Nick on the score with Murph. Hello, Nick.
Hey, how you doing, Murph?
Good, Nick. What's your beef?
I got the defense of Soriano. I'm going to say his name.
Yeah, well, it is what's your beef. Go ahead.
When is Pinella going to have the nerve to tell him to not worry about his feelings? Instead they go, can you go down? Can you go get a ball? Can you not bat first? Why is he so worried about what he's going to cry about every little thing? You know, he gets to the dirt on the warning track and he hits the brakes.
Well, let me ask you about yesterday. No one's brought this up. Cubs win the game yesterday 3-1.
Right.
That means the Cubs had a 2-run lead in the top of the 9th. Wood gives up a single to Ethier, so you got the tying run on first. You got the tying run now at the plate. Now, still on the bench. The only guy that had been used was Hoffpower. Fontenot, that means you could have put DeRosa in left with Fontenot at second. You could have put Reed Johnson out there in left field, or moved Edmonds over from center with Johnson in left. He had another opportunity yesterday. Luckily, no one hit the ball to left field. Is Lou being stubborn, or is Lou trying to, like he says, you know, maybe you lose the battle, win the war? Whatever Lou's working on right now, people don't think it's working right now, Nick.
You got to yank him out at the end.
All right, buddy, I appreciate it. And our final beefer of the day. Oh, come on. Come on, I like this segment. Let's go to Brian downtown. Hello, Brian.
Hey, Murph, what's going on?
Hey, what's your beef?
My beef is with the media in this city still giving the Cubs the props they don't quite deserve yet.
Now, do you have proof? Now, Brian, let me just up front. I'm not going to argue with you, but I have to say this. For 15 years, I get emails, people with the ruler. They go, Murph, the Cubs had 122 inches and the Sox had 121.5 inches. Why are they in the Tribune? Or they got a stopwatch on the score. You're talking way too much Sox. Talk more Cubs here on the score. What do you base your beef on, Brian?
My beef is just seeing on Channel 7 or most of the news networks, with the exception of Channel 9.
You're talking to local guy, the local news,
yeah,
though.
The
Channel
local
7.
news
Let's talk Channel 7 since you brought it up local. Go ahead.
Channel 7 always does the Cubs first. I don't know why, but the White Sox seem to be trying to run away with it.
They always do the Cubs first.
Yeah.
And do you have a yellow pad? I mean, you've done some research, it sounds like, on this, Brian.
It seems like every time I turn on the news, I don't care what time of day it is, the 4:30 news, the 6 o'clock in the morning news, the 10 o'clock news.
The damn Cubs are number one. We got to balance this thing out. Hey, Brian, you're a winner. Hang on. Go visit my friends at Browns, okay, buddy?
All right, Murray.
All right, hook up my guy, Brian. Send him over to Browns. And when we return, I want to open up our text system right now, text poll, 67011. All right, very simple. When we come back, I want some results rolling here. 67011. Chicago hot dogs, ketchup, yes or no? All I want you to do is text yes or no to the question. Chicago hot dogs, ketchup, yes or no? And I'll tell you why. Maybe you know if you watch one of the ball games, that was their question. We'll have that and more. They got great burgers and hot dogs over at Browns also. Me? I don't want to sway you. Ketchup, yes or no? When we return, Sports Radio 670 The Score. And Vuk is on your side. Jeff Vukovich, Murph's Nationwide Insurance Agent of the Year for all your insurance needs, big or small. Jeff Vukovich, Park Ridge, 29 years, Family Guy. Vuk!
Thanks for participating in What's Your Beef. Join Murph for another edition of What's Your Beef. What's Your Beef has been brought to you by Brown's Chicken Sandwiches and Catering. All winners of the Mike Murphy Show are only eligible to win prizes once in a 60-day period.